The pull check training with Swiss balls, dangerous review. Okay, so as you know, I'm a pull check master level 5 in London and been using Swiss balls since 2000. But I use them in a specific way. But I think Swiss balls, like my old gym manager would say, are highly dangerous if they're not used in the right way. Now, Paul Chek perfected and showed he was in a squat position with an Olympic bar, squatting and pressing on a Swiss ball. Now, this is really irresponsible in some respects, and two, only an ego or image gimmick, as in to get people to go, wow, look what he's doing. But look at the stupidity of it. Now, if young kids go and do that in the gym and break their arm, like a friend of mine did, their partner was messing around on a Swiss ball, fell off and broke their arm. I see a faculty member at a boxing gig that I was at, learning about boxercise, run into the room, jump on the Swiss ball and fall off, completely fall off. So it's not a tool like that to be used. Now, a physio would use a Swiss ball. They've been using them since 1950. And when you're, like Charles Parlequin said, a lot of the information out in the fitness industry is more than 50 years old, some of it, especially kettlebells and stuff like that. So when it comes to using a Swiss ball, one, you've got to get the right size. One, you've got to make sure it's always pumped up. And two, you've really got to know how to use it correctly. So what I do with my clients is that I design them a specific program after doing my 150 assessments. And then I give them specific stretches with the Swiss ball. And then we do strengthening with the Swiss ball, so say like the hamstrings or the glutes or the lower back, or the pectoral minor or major, only for about 4 to 8 weeks. Then I get rid of the Swiss ball, but teach them how to stretch the body with the Swiss ball. But then we get rid of it and do proper strength and conditioning. Now, Paul said it's really important to have righting and tilting reflexes. Now, some people may have weak reflexes because of injury or age, okay? But it still doesn't mean that you need to use the Swiss ball. So a footballer needs tight righting and tilting reflexes, but they've already got that because they're dodging from left to right, forwards, backwards and falling over. So really what they really need is sports conditioning for strength training. So then that way, when they do get tired, they can get off the floor really quickly, explosively. A Swiss ball is not going to give you that. But doing a high pull or an Olympic lift explosively would cross over into that sports performance for football. Does that make sense? So stretching wise, I really agree with the Swiss ball. I use the Swiss ball nearly every day to stretch my pecs, my hamstrings, or the parts of my body that are chronically tight. And it really does work. But for sports and strength and conditioning, it's a complete waste of time. Now, Paul Chek has done videos and manuals on the Swiss ball, really doing it to death in lots of ways. But that's because he wants to make money from it, and he wants to, I don't know if they sell Swiss balls anymore, I don't think they do. But always make sure you get an anti-burst Swiss ball as well. So then that way, if you're going to do heavy pressing or whatever on it, that you're totally covered, knowing that it's completely safe. And remember that if the gym is dirty, do not use a Swiss ball in there, because something could pierce the ball and it could burst. There was one guy bench pressing, I think 100 kilos, like 50 in each hand, dumbbells, which I can do that easily, and the ball burst underneath him, so he smashed all one side of his body up. So not always a good thing to use if you don't know what you're doing. So they're only good for 4 to 8 weeks. The same if you're in the phase of working on them righting and tilting reflexes. I have a rule. I've never claimed on my insurance since 2000, since the year 2000, and how I've got that record is by saying to clients, you don't use any equipment in my home or in the gym or in your home until I'm present. And they go, why is that? Oh, wait, because if you injure yourself, you may want to claim on my insurance because I'm here and I've got a clean record. No one's ever claimed on anything on mine. So you don't do anything until I turn up. Well, can I warm up? Well, you can, but don't use equipment. So do some press ups, do some side to side, do some breathing squats and stuff like that I've already shown you, if that makes sense. So really important, the Swiss ball is not a tool for everything. You have to use it in the right way in which to get huge benefits. And people standing on Swiss balls like Troy Casey, if you look at the picture in the book, it's half deflated because he's got his feet on the side of it and you can see it's indented in the side, so it's half deflated for the book, which is really, you know, to a trained eye, you can see it's a bit of fakery. So if a Swiss ball is fully pumped up and hard, you can't squat on it. You can't. You can only squat on it when it's very deflated. And you'll see, if you look at the Paul Chek image online, he's standing on the Swiss ball, it's quite deflated, his feet are on the side, gripping it, it's not fully flated. Because if it's fully flated with an Olympic bar and 10 or 15 kilos each side, you would definitely fall off. 100%. It's just a gimmick, a marketing gimmick, like Troy Casey used it for. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Oh, the other thing is that if you're an older person, like, and I worked with a 68-year-old, had bad balance, they can really help with that. But again, I had the rule, you don't use it without me because you'll fall off. And remember, if you've got an older person in their 60s and upwards, if they break their hip, the chances of them going to the undertaker is huge. So you never want that to happen. So always be careful, make sure it's anti-burst, make sure you get the right size, and make sure you only use it for stretching. You can use it for a little bit of conditioning for 4 to 8 weeks, then it's completely pointless and a waste of time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. You can watch the short that I've done on the Swiss ball as well, which will be linked in. And please subscribe, please share, please like, and comment down below. Am I wrong? Am I right? Speak to you again soon. Bye.